baby had illegal drug substances in his system, so he was removed from his home. Seeing that situation really broke my heart.
He was behind developmentally, he was behind verbally, he was very ill. He tested positive for tuberculosis, he had a double ear infection, childhood immunizations hadn't been taken care of.
The house was so horrifically dirty, and when I mean dirty, we're talking trash piled everywhere, fast food containers, no working toilet, kitchen floor had a huge hole in it.
She's 6, 7 months at the time, and she's been abused such that she's in intensive care. She has brain damage, she has eyesight damage.
My very first case as a volunteer CASA advocate was a 7-year-old named Desi. She came into care because her mother was using meth. She had a baby sister that was born positive for meth, and they found a meth house in the garage in her backyard. There were allegations of sexual abuse and potential physical abuse. Desi had missed over 42 days of school the year before. She was 3 reading grades behind. She hated going to school. She was withdrawn. She did not have friends.
You realize that some children don't have childhood, and that's unfortunate. The things that you would take for granted, the things that I did for my children or my grandchildren, are just, things you just do. I'm working within a system where children may not have benefit of that, and it's sad because it's as if their childhood is being robbed. So, to the extent possible, you help them have a childhood.
There are so many children going through the court every single day, and it's impossible for you to know the child and know the child's needs to the depth that a CASA volunteer would. CASA is seeing that child more often than anybody else in the case, and it can focus a lot more on that individual child and what's best for that individual child. We were able to make sure that he was getting all the developmental therapy that he needed, that he was getting what he needed in court.
She was getting back to the correct reading level. She was thriving in soccer. She would get on the ground and she would draw for me and show me art and say, "Miss Jenny, I'm actually good at art. I can do art." I really loved getting to go visit with her and see her thrive. But we did have to talk about her mother because she's still using meth. It was very emotional for me because she got on the floor in a ball and started crying, and she said, "Miss Jenny, I don't want to decide where I live. I want you to tell the judge I love my mommy, but I feel safe here, and I don't want to have to make that decision, and I don't want to tell my mommy that I don't want to live with her." After hours of emotion and deliberation, the biological mother of Desi said, "I will agree for my rights to be terminated because I want my child to have something that I can't give her, and I can't give her a safe and protective home, and I want her to be able to be adopted." And it was such an honor as a volunteer advocate to be able to support this little girl and help advocate for a safe, protective, and loving home.
It's daunting to know bad things happen to kids, but it's rewarding to be able to help fight against that.
To be that person that in the darkest of nights, that child has someone to call. That child has someone that in between 14 different placements and 6 different CPS caseworkers, that one person is still there. You just have to have a love for kids and a desire to see them in a good place.
And fortunately, we were able to get her mother involved in helping out and really understanding what was going on. And by doing so, we were able to reunify the kids with the mom. Just a huge win all the way around for both the kids as well as the mom.
And now that he's a year old and watching him run around and play, it's a miracle. It's a miracle how well he's doing, and knowing that I'm there, that I've watched him go through all that, that now that he's so much better and now he's in a loving home. And it's this loving home that helped him go through all that. To me, that was the biggest reward.
As a CASA volunteer advocate, I get to see change. I get to see children's lives changed for the better, get to see them thrive and grow and learn. And when a child feels safe and when a child feels loved, they're a different person. And we get to be a small part of that change.